problem.
Thanks.
Don't want to lose, do you? Time for a change. Don't want to lose, do you? Don't get predictable. Time for a change. Stay calm.
Thanks.
Let's see what you got. Don't get predictable.
Thanks.
Get with the program. Time for a change. Don't want to lose, do you? Don't get predictable. What a pain. Don't sweat it.
Try that on.
Time for a change. Don't want to lose, do you?
Try that on.
You're asking for it. Get with the program. You're mine. Not a problem. Thank you. Thank you. Time for a change. Appreciate it. I gotta do
Thanks.
everything? Don't wanna lose, do ya? You're mine. Come on, then. Time for a change. Don't sweat it. Don't wanna lose, do ya?
Lights out!
Don't get me. Time for a change. Don't want to lose, do ya?
Thanks.
Cheers. Don't get predictable.
No problem.
You're mine. Don't want to lose, do ya?
Hup.
Not a problem. thank you. Don't get predictable. Time for a change. Don't want to lose, do you? Time for a change. You're mine. Follow my lead. Change of plans. Follow my lead. Change of plans.
That's what I'm talking about.
go. Change of plans. Eat this. Don't get predictable. Eat this! Not our lucky day. You're mine.
Back off!
It's a real deal. All right. Let's make this easy. Don't back down.
Gotta win this!
Don't. Here you go. Change of plans. Thank you. You're mine. Follow my lead. Don't back down. Let's make this easy. This is nothing. Don't get predictable. Follow my lead. You're mine. Don't get predictable. Change of plans. You're mine. This is the real deal. Follow my lead.
You gotta win this.
This is the real deal. You're mine. Eat this. Here you go. Don't back down. Change of plans. Eat this. Eat this.
Back off.
Don't get predictable. Nothing. Change of plans. Stay down. Let's make this easy. You're mine. Follow my lead.
Oh, hey, Andy.
Change of plans. Don't get predictable. Change of plans. Stay calm. This is the real deal.
Gotta win this.
Fancy seeing you here. This is just a test stream. I'm not doing anything. Not doing anything special at the moment. I was supposed to stream today, but then I woke up at 7 p.m. and then I thought, nah, we ain't gonna be doing any streams today.
Don't get predictable. Nothing.
The official stream back
Easy.
is on Wednesday, when Stygian Onslaught returns, and then I can just do everything all in one go. But until then,
Follow my lead.
until then, I ain't doing a whole lot. The only thing I'm doing right now is checking whether my stream's working properly on my new computer. So if you want to do catch up on a year and a half's worth of missing content, you could save that for Wednesday, because I'll probably be doing like a good 1.5 or 2 hours of this. Oops. I fucked it up. Oops. Wasn't paying attention. Oops. That might be a problem. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, never mind. Salvaged it anyway. Oh, we got a trapezohedron. What the f... Why is my stream not fucking showing up again? Oh, there we are. Why is my stream just on and off disappearing off of the search results, man? We actually got a trapezohedron 1% drop rate on that. That's incredible. Now we have to run all the way back up the hill to go kill the other turtle. I still can't believe we got that trapezohedron, man. You don't see those every day. Who the fuck just... I'm almost always here every time you stream. I haven't streamed in like 1.5 years. And even if you were here during the height of my streaming career, you know that I never read my chat. I have like ever since I went to Natlan, I haven't been reading my chat.
Follow my lead.
Try that on me.
I haven't been reading my chat at all for like an entire expansion.
Don't back down.
Which makes me wonder, like, what if you've been here during the entirety of the time when I've been streaming and I don't like, I'm speaking with your friend. Oh, okay. I was wondering, like, if I don't interact with my chat, who the heck, who's gonna be here? And like, who the heck are you talking to the whole time? And the thing is, I don't even look at my, I don't even look at like what my
This is the real deal.
I don't look at what my I don't look at the VOD afterwards, right? So if I don't look at the VOD, like I'll never know what you guys have been talking about in the time that I don't bother checking the chat. So whatever conversations you guys have while I'm away, ain't got no clue.
Change of plans. Let's make this easy. Eat this.
I started doing that ever since, you know, most of the time, every time I look over at my chat, it's just a bunch of dipshits, okay, that just join the stream for like 2 seconds and then say something dumb and then they leave afterwards. I'm like, I ain't gonna deal with that. Why am I gonna give attention to someone who's only gonna stay watching the stream for like 5 seconds and then they fuck off? It's like, I'd rather just pay attention to what I'm doing on the screen rather than entertain someone that was never going to stay. But that meant blanket wiping everybody. Okay. Unfortunately. But now I'm back with a will you do multi-streaming? I didn't even know you could stream on TikTok. I mean I can. That was what I was doing previously. I was multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch. But like when I multi-stream, I can only look at the chat on one of my on one linked website to my OBS. And that's obviously always going to be Twitch. I'm not going to link it to anything else. So I'm only ever going to see what people are typing in Twitch chat. And then if I do stream on Kick and YouTube and all these other places simultaneously, whatever everyone else is typing over there in those chats, I'm never going to see them. So it's like, if I don't interact with those people, they're probably just going to leave. Or they'll be forced to have to come over to my Twitch stream in order to be able to interact with me. So then there's that. First I gotta get a fan base back. Because now that my fan base is fucking dead, okay, streaming is tough. Because I'm never gonna get found, and I just end up streaming to like myself or like 2 people, which are the usual people who are already following the channel. But new people, I haven't had a new person join my stream in like 3 years. Back when I first started, I was getting new people joining my Genshin Impact streams every day, like 20 30 new people every day. So many that it was even hard for me to keep up with. But now, I don't get any new people. All right, except for this guy. All right, this if you look in the users, the viewers tab, okay, on my Twitch, there's this guy called Abdullah. Okay, he hasn't said a single word. If you look at his chat logs, 0, not a single word. Okay, but somehow he's just here every single stream, right? No matter what time of the day it is. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, 9 p.m. He's just here every fucking stream, and I don't know, like, you probably never stayed to any of those streams last year or the year before. I don't know if you did or not. There were those streams where I literally just didn't turn my PC off. I literally left the stream running. Well, no, but that's the thing. You say he's more loyal than me, except my view count right now says there's 2 people. Okay, and that's what I don't get about this thing, right? It will always say, the view count will always say 1, and that's yourself. All right, and then if anyone else joins, it will say 2 or more. This guy has been here on every fucking stream, like every single stream, no matter what time of the day it is, and the view count will always stay at 1. Right now it's at 2 because it's counting you and me. But if you leave, it'll go down to 1. But that guy will still always be showing up in the viewers tab, which makes me wonder whether it's a bot. Alright? I've always wondered this, like whether the fuck this thing is a bot. Because it doesn't count as a view. It doesn't count as a live viewer. And then the thing is, it's like when like I said, like 2 years ago, I would leave my stream on for like 48 hours straight. Right? You probably don't stay for the whole thing, but you probably like wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and you're like, oh shit, his stream is still running. Stream duration 37 hours. Dude never turned off his stream. He went to bed and then he woke up and then I think the longest I ever streamed for was 140 hours. I left that stream running for like 7 days straight until finally my internet cut out and it just disconnected me by itself. But that guy would be there for like 4 days straight, and I'm like, how? So my view count is at 1, so it doesn't count you. You're probably a fucking bot. You turn up to all of my streams no matter what fucking day of the week it is, or what time of the day it is. It's like even 3 a.m. in the morning, and somehow you're here. And when I leave my computer on running for 7 days straight, he's here for fucking 7 days straight. So I'm like, this has to be a fucking bot. I honestly want to ban this guy, but I can't be bothered. I've got a new setting now that the moment I ban someone, they also get banned from the live stream. So if I ban you, my screen for you will suddenly just turn black. You can't even watch the stream anymore. And then the other thing is, it's like I find it hard to believe that on the 4 occasions that I got banned, okay, on Twitch, he's the only one here. So it's like, makes me also wonder. It's like you don't count on my viewership. You're always here every fucking waking second of every moment of my stream, and then on the 4 occasions that I got banned, you're the only one here. It's like, you're probably the one reporting me, bro. I'll probably ban you. I actually I've already kicked him out of my fucking Discord. I'll probably ban this guy. He's probably the one, okay, that's just like camping my fucking stream 24/7, waiting for me to slip up and then like file a fucking like what is it? Terms of service, ban this fucking streamer reports every single time. Because who the fuck else is able to fucking look at my VOD and then ban me for having fucking walking around with my dick out for like 10 minutes on stream? He's the only one here that's fucking seeing this shit. No one else was around. I returned to Genshin because of Nodcry. Yes, we're gonna talk about that, but I'll go into more detail about that when I actually do my proper streams, not a test stream. I was gonna say, because I saw like at 3 a.m. in the morning, like one evening, I think like earlier on in the week, I just opened up my Discord and it says you know you're on Discord and it shows your status, right? It says what you're doing. It's like Andy's playing Genshin Impact. I'm like, wow, wait, she's on Genshin Impact, and I'm like, I thought you said you didn't even touch Natlan. So it's like you haven't played the game for like a year and a half, but wow, you're back playing Genshin. Must be because of Nodcry. Everyone returns because of Nodcry. Nodcry is the definition of absolute cinema. Like, you know how much I glaze Fontaine and put Fontaine on a pedestal and have nothing but praise to say about Fontaine being the greatest thing ever, but no. Nodcry literally has taken that top spot, except for the lazy ass world exploration, because Hoyo is clearly just not giving a fuck about doing proper world exploration anymore. World exploration has been so dumbed down after Fontaine. But Nodcry is insane, man. It's literally Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. That's how you bring back a dead and dying fandom after your absolute disgrace of an expansion known as Shitland. They're like, oh, you know, everyone's been saying Shitland, okay, has been the biggest fucking pile of garbage for the entire year that they've ever had to sit through, and like so many people quit because of Shitland, and even me. My patience was wearing thin by the end of Shitland, and I was like, why am I even playing this garbage anymore? I seriously just, I was honestly so tempted to want to just fucking quit after like 7 months of going through that garbage nation. And then I wasn't the only one. I was so frustrated that I was on Reddit and reading up like Reddit threads. Like, am I the crazy one here? Am I the one thinking that Shitland is bad, or is everyone else thinking it's good? It's like, no, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of threads and thousands of comments of people equally on the same boat, all agreeing that Shitland is just the biggest pile of garbage that they've ever had to sit through, and like it's just not Genshin and it sucks ass, and everyone was threatening to fucking quit the game. So Hoyo got desperate. They're like, we can't be lazy anymore in the next expansion. If we cook up another stinker, this could be the end of us. So how are we gonna try get everyone back to playing our game? Oh, let's just copy Avengers Endgame. Let's just copy fucking Infinity War. That'll bring them back, and it did. That worked. Just copy Infinity War and Endgame, and then yeah, that'll definitely bring everyone back. I have never been so engaged in my life fucking sitting through a quest like the Nodcry Archon quest. Like, a lot of the times when I go through even Archon quests, there are these like it's a good thing I love Makuvia. I don't. I think she's like there are people out there that like her. Fine, good for you. I can go on a rant about how garbage her fucking character was the entire expansion, and her like absolutely shallow, one-dimensional, no substance at all character development, and also her absolutely stupid as fuck outfit, and also the motorbike. Don't even get me started on the motorbike. I will literally sit here for 12 hours and just crash out on that fucking motorbike. But hey, give her 10 billion damage, alright? Fucking piece of shit character that has like 1/10 of the fucking personality and character development and good writing as Farina. But give her 10 billion damage, alright? Because she's so undeserving of it. That's the real reason why I fucking absolutely despise her. At least Nouvelette, back when he came out and was a one-man army and could solo the whole game himself, at least he deserves it, because he's amazing in the fucking Archon quest, and his character's amazing, and everything about him is great, okay? But then you go and do Natlan, and then you see this fucking this character with like no fucking substance, and it's all about the power of imagination and friendship, like we're watching My Hero Academia. Alright, and then suddenly make her the #1 DPS character in the game, doing 10 billion damage. So yeah, that's totally fair. And then after that, you suddenly have every fucking dick sucker in the game, okay, pulling for Makuvia and being Makuvia mains, and then they go and fucking they hop into co-op lobbies, showing off, acting like they're the best player in the world with a C0 Makuvia, not even signature weapon Makuvia, just a base C0 Makuvia, and then they're gonna fucking try and flex on you, thinking that they're good at the game just because that character is broken out the gate. She was just designed to be absolutely fucking broken by default, and that's not even with Melt, and that's not even with her signature team. She's just fucking broken. I don't respect that. Alright? I don't respect shitty written characters doing big numbers. And I also do not respect her design. They could have fucking come up with something, you know, more appropriate, but no, they had to go design some fucking dumb bitch riding a skin-tight latex bodysuit, riding on a Tron motorcycle in my medieval fantasy game. But what was I talking about? Infinity War. Oh right, I've never been so fixed to my screen, glued to my chair and fixed to my screen doing a quest before. Even previous Archon quests, there were some dead periods in the quest, right? There were some moments in the, especially Natlan. I fell asleep in all fucking 6 acts of Natlan. Natlan, man, was like garbage. I fell asleep in Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4. Act 4 was a fucking joke. You call that a war? That was no war. That was an embarrassment. Seeing all the dead Pokemon on the floor, I couldn't give a fuck. Fighting against fucking Roblox characters, and you know, reskinned fucking, you know, overworld mobs, but just painted purple and called them abyss creatures. And then suddenly you had the Lord of the Abyss that was never talked about before just magically pop up in the sky, and I'm supposed to give a shit about this guy that was just introduced in a cutscene for half a second. Gay soy goth. And then Makuvia punches him in the face and kills him. It's like, wow, that was amazing. Who wrote this? A fucking 5-year-old sitting on the toilet? Who wrote this shit? I fell, even on the finale when we're fighting Gay Soy Goth, I fell asleep. I'm like, this was 100% written by a toddler. Absolute garbage. I fell asleep on all of it. But Nodcry's Archon quest, man, from the moment I started Act 1 until now, I've just been like face glued to the screen every fucking second of it, because it's just so well written from start to finish. And I'm like, how did you manage to cook this up? But you spent a whole year cooking up that fucking shit. I find it hard to believe. They either fired their entire writing team and they had to go hire a new writing team, or the original writing team clearly knew that they could get away with a year full of garbage and they were just trying to abuse the fucking community and see how far they could push their laziness. Yeah. Amazing expansion. So amazing, I'm glad I have a second account. Alright? I have my NA account, and I'm gonna quick start the Natlan, the Nodcry Archon quest, and I will happily play through the whole fucking thing a second time on stream this time. My first time playing through, I'm doing it off stream, because I started it off stream before I came back to Twitch. I ain't gonna suddenly do the finale on stream. I'm gonna save that for myself and just have my own personal, intimate experience with the fucking end of Nodcry, and then after I'm done, then I can run through the whole thing again on stream, because it's just that good. I mean, it's like a fucking 20-hour-long experience. Do I want to just sit through a whole 20-hour-long experience again and get nothing out of it because it's my fucking dead throwaway NA account, and instead of spending 20 hours doing something productive? In most cases, I would say no. I'm not going to play through such a long-ass thing a second time round when I've already done it the first time round. But because Nodcry's Archon Quest is so amazing, this is like my one-time exception where I will happily sit through the whole thing a second time round because it's just that good. I were more of an Infinity Nikki player now. I don't even know what that is. I see you're on it like every day when I open Discord, but I don't play it. I don't know what that is. I will pull my man Varka. Yeah, Varka's a great character. I'm probably not pulling for him because he's Animo. I don't do Animo characters on my account. Same with Geo and Dendro. Can't deal with that shit on my account. But he's still a great character. I will stay so I can pull Varka. Well, you also got the Final Nation. Snezhnaya. Well, I mean, hopefully, if they fucking delay it again for another year, I'm pretty sure people are going to be so mad. If they actually say, oh guys, maybe Snezhnaya 8.0, we kind of need even more time. So 7.0 plus is going to be us doing another year of filler. If they do that, I'm going to fuck off. If they do that, I'm out. If they do that, I'm literally going to spend I will not pull for anybody in the whole fucking year if they do that. I will just collect an entire year's worth of Primo Gems, which will be like 200,000 Primo Gems. I'll just collect the whole year and then I'll wait until they stop lying and dragging on the circus act and keep blue balling everyone and then keep saying, yeah, we'll just keep pushing Snezhnaya another year in advance so that we can just, you know, keep milking the fan base for another year with just brand new made up characters that, you know, we never talked about, and make up more bullshit FOMO and shill bosses for an entire year. But no, I you know, I already have done it once now with Nodcry. That's great, but once is enough. I ain't gonna do it a second time. Zibai looks amazing. Again, not interested. Never heard of her. She was never mentioned at all in the game. They just again cooked up another character, just brand new, on the toilet, like 2 days ago. And now they're selling her as well. I don't remember anyone mentioning a Zibai during the Adeptus talks. So this character 100% is brand new. She reminds me of Kiana from Honkai Impact. Nah. I'm wondering what the Tsaritsa's gonna look like. If anything, the Tsaritsa, you wonder if she's gonna be a tall female or a medium-sized female. She has to be a tall female, right? There's no way that the supposedly final boss of the game and the one that everyone thought was evil this whole time, that's been like stealing all the other gods' fucking gnosis, can be a mid-sized female. No fucking way. She has to be a tall female. I find it very hard. Well, I mean, I don't mind if she's a medium-sized female. And actually, if she's a medium-sized female, then make her look like Kiana. I'll happily take that. Although people also say that they might end up just copying some character called Bronya. I don't know who the fuck Bronya is. Many people speculate that Hoyo might just rip off this character's design called Bronya and then change it up a bit, and then they'll call that the Tsaritsa. But yeah. If I don't know what Bronya looks like, but if they give me a Kiana looking character for Saritsa, I'll happily take that. If they actually have the audacity to pull a small-sized female as the Saritsa, I don't think I speak for myself. I think I speak for everyone, that everyone will be very, very mad. Everyone will be very, very angry that the Saritsa this whole time, who's been painted as the villain for like 7 to 8 years, who have been stealing everybody's shit, has just been a fucking midget. Has just been a Nahida-sized motherfucker. That would be the biggest troll ever, but no. I think Hoyo knows that they're gonna have to sell the Saritsa as like a fucking mommy-ass looking character. Zebai doesn't look like Kiana because, again, she's a tall female. She actually looks more like Neuvillette with a fucking ponytail. She literally looks like gender bent Neuvillette with a ponytail. I'm just wondering what Sandrone is gonna be like. But the problem is she's Geo. That's so sad. There is no place for Geo characters on my account. My account is absolutely 100% not kitted out to play Geo. I've got no Geo characters on my account, but I love Sandrone. Like, I want to pull for that character, but I feel like it's a waste of my resources. Because if I have Sandrone, I've got no one else on my whole account that can actually like support her. So she's just gonna be completely fucking like a waste of space. She's gonna have like no use on my account except for just being an extra body in the Imaginarium. I'm tempted to pull for Zebai. Did you pull for Columbina? I haven't. As much as I love her in the story, I can't ever see myself using that character. My friend, okay, who's in the Discord called Big Wang, who's a meta slave, one of my IRL friends that I've known since university, Zebai's best support is Columbina. Well, I mean, you might as well just insert any Nodcry Luna character in place of Zebai. Columbina is like an auto-include in every single Luna reaction team. You need her for Flins, you need her for Nefer, you need her for Zebai. It's like, you can't not have her. Hence why my friend, Big Wang, in the Discord, who's a meta slave, who obviously pulled for her like the first 10 minutes the patch went live. He's like, did you not pull for Columbina? I was like, no. Like, I don't... I like her in the story, but I don't vibe. I don't vibe for that character. Okay? And then he's like, you crazy! How do you have Flins and Inefa, but you're not gonna pull for Columbina? I'm like, I've got Aino. Aino can fucking... Aino can be the substitute for Columbina. I can't deal... She's just... If you've noticed, all of my characters on my account that I've pulled for are either clowns, okay, like backers in fucking anime. They're either fucking clowns or they're fucking edgelords. All right, all of the characters that I've pulled for, or that I've like used seriously, they're all either edgelords or they're all clowns. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with the like diabetes, cinnamon roll, sweetheart, fucking personality type character. They're fine in the story, but I can't ever see myself using those characters and actually like physically controlling and playing those characters in my party. You know, for example, Columbina. great character, but I can't see myself playing that character. Previous Nation was Natlan, so I can just rule that all out. That's all garbage. Fontaine. Inazuma. Oh right, Nilou. Nilou is another example. You know, I like Nilou as a character, but I can't ever see myself fucking using Nilou on my account because, again, she's just like Columbina. A fucking, just cinnamon roll. Which that's not me. Alright? So you only pulled for Ineffa and Flynn's in Nod Cry. Yeah. So I skipped Ineffa in 5.8. The moment she was released, I didn't know who she was. I don't follow drip marketing and live streams anymore and news or leaks. So I don't follow any of that shit anymore. So the only news I get for a new patch is on the day that it drops. And then I log in and I see who's there, what they look like, and all the content. That's literally how blind I go into it. So I went into 5.8 and I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch? That's a 5-star? Ain't no way, man. What a joke. This literal McDonald's Happy Meals toy, a Roblox character is a 5-star? I ain't pulling for this shit. Fuck that. So I skipped her. I have never in 5 years of playing this game ever regretted such a prejudiced, like jump to conclusions, interpretation of a character ever so much in my entire life. Not knowing anything about this character, whatever, started patch 5.8, just opened up the banner, saw what she looked like, did her trial, okay, and then I thought, this character's shit, looks like shit, who the fuck wants this? And then I skipped her, and then again, Big Wang was like, you didn't pull for Ineffa? Are you crazy? And I was like, dude, she looks like a McDonald's Happy Meals toy. She looks like a 4-star. How is this a 5-star worth your Primo Gems? And then the moment Nod Cry started, and I did Act 1 and then, you know, went through the Nod Cry Archon quest, then I was like, oh, I regret everything. My decision not to pull Ineffa was the biggest mistake of my life, and ever since patch 6.0, I have been dying for Ineffa's rerun ever since, for like half a year. I'm like, I've never made such a huge mistake in my life, and therefore have never wanted a character so badly in my life as I've wanted Ineffa, which is ironic because like the moment I saw Ineffa when she first was put in the game in 5.8, all I did was shit on her. And then after you go through the Nod Cry Archon quest, you realize Ineffa's god tier. Ineffa's arguably like my favorite character in Nod Cry. So it's like, that's funny. The character who you knew nothing about and you shat on the moment you saw her, with a whole bunch of racism, ends up being the character that you fucking simp for the hardest. And is the best character in the whole fucking expansion, at least for me. So I had to pull for Ineffa this patch. And then Flynn's, bro, in 5 years, right, I've been playing this game, I've never wanted to pull for a male character. Alright? Like, you know, I don't play male characters. The only exceptions I've ever had on my account were Bennett, because you just can't not have Bennett. Right? He's a literal god. So if you don't want him, then you're kind of bricking your account by doing that. And then Mika, didn't have a choice. I just had to fucking deal with it, having Mika being a fucking Eula main. So those were the only 2 male characters on my account. I have no other male characters leveled on my account. But Flynn's, like the moment I went to Nodcry and was doing the Archon quest, and I went to his fucking like final night cemetery, and I met Flynn's, I'm like, I'm actually pulling for this guy. Like, he's so cool. He's like the most edgiest looking character in the whole fucking game, but at the same time, it's ironic. He's the most edgiest looking character in the entire game, but he's not edgy. Well, I mean, he's like the perfect mix. He's like half edgelord. He definitely looks like a fucking edgelord. He's like half edgelord, and his whole combat abilities make him look like an edgelord. But then in the actual fucking like story, when you go and listen to him talk, he's like a half breed, being either a troll or a rage baiter. Okay, so it's like he fights and looks, literally he's a rage baiter. The funny thing is, I think like half the fucking cast in Nodcry are rage baiters. Like Columbina is a rage baiter. Flynn's is a fucking rage baiter, especially like during all the fucking gang meetups. Okay, and he's just like deadpan facial expression, or he's just like staring at people with a fucking like shit-eating grin on his face, and then he's just delivering his fucking deadpan lines to the other team members, but you clearly everything he's saying is just trolling the fuck out of them. And it's like that makes him like so fucking like, so he looks like a fucking edgelord, he fights like an edgelord. His like all his animations are and voice lines when he's fighting scream edgy ass fucking character. But then the moment he's done fighting, he's just standing around literally just trolling the fuck out of people. And that's the reason why I like him. He's like the best of both worlds. So because of that, I'm pulling for him. He's now my one and only exception. I don't play male. My general rule is I don't play male characters, but Flynn's is a special one. So yeah, like Flynn's is a rage baiter, Columbina is a rage baiter, Inefa's a rage baiter. Like Inefa rage baits Ino all day long. Flynn's rage baits everyone all day long. Columbina rage baits Sandrone all day long. Like even Lauma is probably the least rage baity, but she like sometimes like just like low key rage baits Nefa. So it's like everyone in fucking Nodcry is just a fucking rage baiter. I like to pull for Nefa. See, I mean, Nefa has grown on me as the fucking Archon quest has gone on. But I still don't like her all that much. Again, because the way she dresses just the same as Shilonen. Why you gotta dress like that, man? Can you put some pants on? Huh? You don't see Yelan not including her fucking piece of shit cosmetic skin from the summer event. Like, man, that fucking cosmetic skin makes me so fucking mad. It's like Hoyo just can't design anything tasteful anymore after Fontaine. Look at all the Fontaine characters. All the Fontaine characters have perfectly amazing tasteful designs, and people still spent billions on them. But after that, Hoyo has just been designing one prostitute after another. They just can't stop designing prostitutes. And then they had to go make a fucking cosmetic skin for Yelan, who also just like makes her not wear any pants. And then Nefer's basically a green Yelan. That's literally what I've been saying to myself and to everyone for the last like 6 months. Nefer is literally Yelan but green and no pants. And I'm like, I ain't pulling for that. Alright. Hoyo, if you want me to actually pull for a character, alright, stop making them look like a prostitute. And again, Lauma. Lauma's character, right, her personality is perfectly fine in the game. She's not anything but a prostitute. But you just had to make her fucking design, again, look so... You just had to make a... You don't have a problem with Yai. No, I do have a problem with Yai. It's the reason why I don't have Yai. Okay, Yai again, walking around, okay. Yai was... When I first started playing the game, Yai was literally the first problem I encountered. Right? When I first started the game, didn't know anything about the game. Actually, before I even installed the game and people told me to go check out the character demos, and I was reacting through all the character demos up until Yelan's first release. The first thing I noticed when I was going through all the characters was Yai towards the end. I'm like, oh, wow, all these other characters I've been reacting to for the last 3 hours, they I didn't really think too much of it, but then Yai's fucking character demo came up and I'm like, damn, no one else like, everyone else had fucking shoes on. Yai's just fucking giving you fucking yeah. You don't have a problem. You don't have to be a problem with Yai. Wait, what? You don't have to be. You don't have a problem with Yai. No, that is the problem. Yeah, 10 hours of staring at her feet. That's a problem. Like, so during her demo, the first thing I noticed was, oh, she's just like completely bare from the waist down. She's fucking not wearing anything from the waist down. And feet for free? There was no other character from the demo that I recalled that showed feet. Right? They were all wearing shoes and they were all wearing pants. You don't get feet for free. And then Yai's just giving you her fucking bare naked feet for free. And it's not like she was wearing, you know, open-toed fucking shoes. She was basically just wearing nothing. She was wearing flip-flops, which is about as good as you could get back in the day when it came to free feet. Just wearing a pair of flip-flops, because you can basically see the fucking fully bare naked exposed feet from all 4 angles, north, south, east and west, compared to people who are like Sumeru, compared to someone like, you know, Collei, who just wears open-toed shoes. So you see her fucking toes, but, you know, the vast majority of her fucking feet are still covered by you know, feet wear. But Yai basically just gave you like fully exposed bare naked feet for free and no pants. So yeah, Yai was a problem for like several years, hence why I don't pull for her, and hence why every time she was on the screen she was a fucking problem. But you know, they weren't that common. Like Hoyo only released, actually, yeah, you know, since Yai, Hoyo didn't really release a whole lot more Yais after that. And then, oh look, Natlan came along, Shitland, a whole year of Shitland, and then that's where Hoyo starts really going to town on them designs. First you had Shilonen, who literally is just dressed as a fucking hooker. Okay, can't deal with that. Alright, huge problem. And then you had Citlali, who again dressed like basically like half naked. If it wasn't for that fucking like cloth thing she was wearing around her waist, she basically might as well have just been in a fucking bathing suit. And then we had Escoffier. Escoffier, her design was so close to being perfect, but no, you suddenly realize that if you just rotated the camera to the side, that's where the problem starts. Okay, if you look at her from the front, she's pretty damn good. And then you go look at the side, and it's like, oh. But actually, also, and you look underneath, and it's like, wow, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. So after an wait, I'm getting too ahead of myself. How about? So, yeah, I only pulled for Flynn's first in Not Cry because. Flynn's just looks cool, and when I was standing in his cemetery with that music playing in the cemetery, and I only just unlocked his lighthouse reward system for the first time, just the atmosphere of seeing his like lighthouse piece of artwork when you open the reward menu for Flynn's, and you see, you know, Flynn standing there with his lantern, and then you hear that depressing as fuck music playing in the background. I was like, damn, I relate to this guy. He's so fucking depressing. Well, at least that's what he looks like. Plus the music in his fucking cemetery. He's so depressing that I actually relate to him, because I'm also equally as depressing. So it's like, I've never met a character in Genshin so depressing looking like Flynn's that I actually like him. And it's like, I liked him so much that I was like, I don't want to pull for a male character, but I think this is the first time I'm gonna have to go do his fucking. I'm gonna have to go and pull for his banner. I'm gonna have to go do his fucking what? I'm gonna have to go do his fucking wait, there is no. I'm gonna have to go do his fucking his character banner and his weapon banner are solid. I'm gonna just have to give Hoyo more money, okay? Even though it wasn't part of the plan, okay, to go fucking pull for Flynn's, but I love Not Cry fucking exploration and the atmosphere and the music and the Archon quest so much at the time in Act 1 going into Act 2 and then I was standing in fucking Flynn's cemetery soaking up the atmosphere so much that I'll not. And then also, by the way, when you did Flynn's fucking lighthouse quest, you get to control Flynn's at the time. And by the way, if you didn't know this, you actually got to control Flynn's before he was released, which was never done before in Genshin. Like, previously in Genshin, so well, actually, yeah, right? Previously, if I remember correctly, you get the live stream, and the live stream wait, your earplugs are still in. So you couldn't have heard anything. Your earplugs are still plugged in. You have like 95% sound dampening reduction. True. So if I remember correctly, previously you didn't know anything about a brand new character to be released except for leaks, but I don't look at leaks. And then the first time you get introduced to a new character is during the live stream, and then they show off the character in the live stream and show off their kit, but they don't go into detail about the damage numbers and whatever. So the only time you ever truly get to know what a character's kit is like is on their release during their trial. That's when you get to go into the trial domain, you open up the character's profile and you look at all of their details, all of their damage numbers, all of their constellation details and whatever. That's how I remembered it. But Flynn's was I think was the first one to break that pattern, because they introduced Flynn's in the live stream, I think, because I didn't watch the live stream, but I'm pretty sure they would have introduced Flynn's in the live stream along with Lauma for 6.0. They introduce him there, but you're not going to see any of his skills. And Flynn's was in the second half of 6.0, but you could do Flynn's Lighthouse reward system quest literally the moment the patch went live. So you could actually control a trial Flynn's during that quest on day 1 of patch 6.0, and he wasn't going to be out for another 3 weeks. So you could actually see Flynn's full kit 3 weeks early by doing that quest before his debut banner. And that's what I did. So during that quest, I controlled Flynn's for like 5 minutes, because that was all you were given during that quest, was like getting to just run around and use Flynn's full controllable character abilities and everything for 5 minutes. And during those 5 minutes, when I was like activating his skill and like swinging his fucking signature weapon around and whatever, I was like, damn, this guy is cool, with his whole cemetery music playing in the background and just the vibe of being in his cemetery. That's how you sell a character, Hoyo. Alright, that was like class A marketing right there. For a guy who just didn't even give a shit about male characters, don't want to pull for male characters, never pulled for male characters for 5 years, they sold Flynn's to me in like 30 seconds. And I'm like, I'm pulling for him. I'm going to break my cycle for 5 years of not wanting male characters, and I'm going to pull for Flynn's. He's going to be the first like legit male character on my account that I actually like wanted. So then, so I pull for Flynn's, and then I realize, oh, I have a problem. Flynn's without Ineffa is like a cripple in a wheelchair. If you play Flynn's and you don't have Ineffa, sucks to be you. Your Flynn's is doing like half the damage. So then for the next 5 months, I was sitting there crippled with my level 80 Flynn's, crying and regretting everything that I didn't pull for Ineffa, and just using a subpar Flynn's for like 4.5 months. It was so bad. Never have I wanted Ineffa more in my life than after I got Flynn's and realized I made a huge mistake not pulling for Flynn's, not pulling for Ineffa. So now I got Ineffa and Flynn's. Yeah, it was like the biggest mistake of my life, realizing that I wanted to actually be a proper Flynn's enjoyer on my account, and then realized that, oh, I pulled Flynn's. Oh wait, Flynn's doesn't actually work by himself. He needs someone else with proper sustained electro to apply for Lunar Charge. The only other person that can do that is Raiden, but you know, ideally you want someone better than Raiden. And oh wait, oh, it's Ineffa. And also, oh shit, I suddenly like Ineffa after the Archon quest. She actually is also another fucking Baka rage baiter that aligns with my interest in personalities to add to my account. Oh wait, Inefa was 5.8. She might not be back for another half a year to a year. Well, I'm fucked. Now I'm gonna sit here and cry every day on forums about how me not pulling for Inefa was the biggest mistake of my life. And that's what I did for 4.5 months until this patch. Yeah, so I don't put... Oh, right, so we're talking about prostitutes, right? So Nefer looks like a prostitute. Again, with way too much legs and feet. Even though the feet aren't fully exposed, there's still more than enough feet for show to let the imagination run wild. Yelan's fucking cosmetic skin is basically Nefer but blue. Lauma, even though her personality is, you know, sweet, her fucking character design is just... Are you, like, how can you not jerk off to that? It's not my opinion. Again, I go on Reddit to go and see if my opinion is an outlying opinion or does it match with most other people's opinions. And there are plenty of fucking Reddit posts out there that say that Lauma's fucking design is so ridiculous. And then you see other fan artists put up alternative art for what Lauma could have looked like and not, you know, look like the way she does with her fucking fat, massive, like, cow tits fucking half hanging out, looking like they're literally about to fucking spill out of her fucking dress. Her tits are literally bigger than her head. She literally has the biggest tits in the game. Her tits are like fucking H-cup tits, man. Literally planet-sized tits. So big that even her fucking... So big that Hoyo didn't even think about it when designing her fucking character, because they just made her... They just pulled the boob slider on her fucking character model up to maximum while still maintaining the old original tall female base template. So if you watched her fucking animations during the Archon quest and even her playable character, her arms are like consistently clipping through her tits, right? Her fucking like upper arms are constantly like phasing through her tits because her tits are so fucking massive that the fucking character just doesn't the fucking character template just doesn't accommodate for tits that big. So every time she's doing her fucking idle animations or she's talking in cutscenes in the Archon quest, sometimes you can just see her upper arm like literally clipping inside the fucking outer edges of her massive tits. I don't find it ridiculous since if I see real ethnic groups, their outfits look similar, if not worse. Lauma is a Nordic, like, nomad tribeswoman. I mean, yeah, if you if you use real life examples, might as well just say you know the real life people that look like nomadic, like nomad Nordic. Real Aborigines look like the people from Avatar. Okay, the blue people from Avatar. They literally just wear a piece of cloth covering their nipples and a piece of cloth covering their loins. Okay, and then that's it. They don't wear anything else. They literally just look like, you know, indigenous fucking like those people on those what do you call it, restricted islands out there, the cannibals. They literally look like that if you're a fucking Nordic tribes person. So yeah, she wears more than what a real person would be wearing, which is just 2 pieces of loincloth like Tarzan. But still, you like, I'm not the only one. People on Reddit, like many people have expressed their like annoyance that every time Lauma was on the screen, they couldn't pay attention to what she was saying. They couldn't pay attention to reading the fucking subtitles for the dialogue. They couldn't pay attention to anything because all they could fucking pay attention to were her fucking massive planet-sized tits taking up like half the fucking screen. So yeah, that's a problem. So even though her personality is not, you know, not bad at all, she's like perfectly cinnamon roll personality, it's just her body is just the exact opposite. It's just like the epitome of of lewd. And also, again, she shows feet. What a surprise. Hoyo just loves fucking showing feet because Hoyo has a foot fetish. I think we all know that. People at Hoyoverse have a severe foot fetish addiction. So, again, Lauma, another character that I skip because the design's too much for me. And then Natlan, Shilonen, straight up hooker. Silali again, also like half naked from the waist down. Funnily enough, Makuvia is fully dressed, but somehow Hoyo managed to make someone who's fully 100% dressed look arguably as inappropriate as someone who's like 75% undressed. All because of that goddamn outfit. The Hoyo truly have mastered their craft when it comes to designing inappropriate looking characters. They can do it both ways. They can either make them have no clothes on and look inappropriate, or they can make them fully clothed and still look inappropriate. They are just wizards at being able to do that. The people who design characters over there at Hoyo, their art team, are like fully certified degenerates. They can design Makuvia wearing a fucking full body, like skin tight latex or leather fucking body, like a crash suit for her motorbike, but still it just looks so fucking stupid. And then the fact that zipper goes all the way along the entire outfit, so it's not only a fucking tit zipper, it's a pussy zipper, an asshole zipper, a back zipper. It's a zipper for everything. Absolute ridiculous outfit. Funnily enough, it's Veressa that's the one that doesn't look lewd. You know, the one that is not as an insult, but it's in a literal sense. She is a cow. Okay, Veressa is literally a cow, and she's got the fucking massive fucking pair of cow tits to match. But yet, her cow tits are perfectly covered. So Veressa is the not lewd one, but she's a cow. It's like Hoyo is just taking the piss. Hoyo is just like doing everything in reverse. It's like, oh shit, we're gonna design a character who's a literal cow. But we're not gonna make her lewd. We'll still give her massive fucking sized tits because, you know, she's a cow, so of course she's got massive sized tits, but she ain't lewd at all. Again, yeah, Veressa is a cinnamon bun character. I was so close to wanting to pull for Veressa. But I had to stand by my stance that Shitland is absolute shit, and I do not support anything about Shitland, and I hate this whole year of the expansion, and I do not support it one bit, and then therefore I will not, out of principle, pull for anyone in Natlan, and therefore I skipped Veressa. But I still like Veressa. Like Veressa's, yeah, like if I had to pick one character from Natlan, despite how much I hate Natlan, if I had to pick one character from Natlan that I like, it would be Veressa. Veressa is just such an adorable character. They write Veressa so well. Yeah, right? Veressa's yeah, like everything. When Veressa first came out in her patch during the Volcano expansion part of Natlan, I was like, damn, this character's actually pretty nice. Funny how she's like such an outlier compared to the rest of the fucking shitty cast from Natlan. And it's also, and what a surprise as well, she wasn't even in the Archon quest, right? She was just an afterthought. They mentioned her every now and again in the Archon quest, but she never was in the Archon quest. Veressa first made her appearance after the entire fucking nation was saved, and she's, you know, there in her fucking farm. So, yeah. So I guess she got good writing because she was post shitland Archon Quest garbage writing, and therefore she escaped the curse of Natlan's shitty ass production value. So yeah, I didn't pull for Nefer because I just don't like the aesthetics. Her personality is still kind of toxic in my opinion. I know she's gotten better now as she's made more friends, okay, during the Natlan Archon quest, but she's still a bit too toxic for me. Okay, she ain't chill. And I don't like her playstyle. Her playstyle is literally just she kicks people. Right? I don't like, bro. I ain't about that. She literally just like straight up just fucking ninja kicks people point blank in the face with a fucking stiletto. I'm like, no. No. You're gonna poke someone's eye out doing that, bro. That's disgusting. I don't know. Don't stop kicking people. Alright, that's such a fucking cringe way of designing someone on how to fight. Okay? They could have done something else, but no, she literally just kicks people. She like literally just spreads her legs open and fucking like fucking sumo suplex grips people with her thighs, clamps down on people's fucking heads with her thighs, vice grips people with her thighs. She, like, some of her fucking attack moves are literally she jumps up in the air, fucking flips herself upside down with her fucking legs up in the air, fucking splits her legs up in the air like a fucking what is it, like a fucking barbecue chicken wing, like I'm about to rip in half and fucking devour the fucking barbecue chicken wing. Fucking jumps up in the air, flips herself upside down in a fucking Y shape, okay, with her fucking legs just fucking spread wide open in the air, and then she goes and fucking uses them like a fucking pair of scissors. And then she just goes and fucking scissors. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. She just fucking scissors people. She either kicks people in the face or she's fucking scissoring people. I'm like, no, I ain't pulling for that. Fuck off. And you said, and you said I'm the lewd one. No, Hoyo knows exactly what they're doing, designing these characters. They've been designing prostitutes since Natlan. Hence why I'm just so fucking tired. I'm just so exhausted. I'm so prostituted out with the way Hoyo's been designing female characters, man. How come they design every male character to look so fancy and well dressed, right? Neuvillette, like, you're a girl or you're a gay, okay? If you're a girl or you're a gay, you have it good, all right? If you're a straight female and you like the male characters, or you're a gay guy and you like the male characters, you have it good. All your male characters are dressed appropriately. Neuvillette dressed appropriately, Zhongli dressed appropriately, Ayato dressed appropriately, Flynn's dressed appropriately, Varka dressed appropriately. All the guys, I think I said Neuvillette. Neuvillette dressed appropriately. All the guys, they are dressed appropriately. They're fucking smartly dressed and they look handsome. But the girls, they just fucking half of them, they just dress like prostitutes. I'm like, that's not what I want. How come you guys can't just design another Furina? Furina is the Furina is the epitome of how to design like a perfect looking character. She like Furina, her design is not lewd at all. Every time I can stare at Furina all day long and there's generally nothing about her design that looks lewd, but she looks fucking amazing. Alright, well, how come they can design Furina to look so good and not be lewd? Okay? But then most of the other fucking female characters, they make them all look like fucking prostitutes, and ever since Natlan, they've been making it even worse. Now they're trying to explore just how far they can get away with making the characters look like prostitutes. So first you have Shilonen, straight up prostitute, like, you don't even have to hide it. She looks like a girl that you see walking down the streets of GTA 5 at night, saying, "Hey honey, looking for a good time?" And then you put her in your car and you take her somewhere. Alright, and then you just see your car start bobbing up and down, and then your controller starts vibrating. She literally looks like one of those fucking NPCs from GTA 5. Okay, and then you have Citlali, and then you have Makuvia, who manages to pull off the miracle of being fully dressed yet still being one of the most ridiculous looking characters in the game. And then you had Escoffier, who literally is just a naked chef. And then you have Skirk. People also criticize Skirk's outfit. They say that her original outfit from the Fontaine final cutscene looked better, and now Hoyo's like, let's just take the black scarf off of her chest and make her tits bigger, and now all you know Skirk for are her fucking massive sized pair of tits that are just like 75% half hanging out, looking like they're about to pop out of her fucking shower curtain that she has for the front of her outfit at any moment. Literally, just the front of her outfit is just a fucking shower curtain covering her fucking massive pair of eggplants that look like they're about to just fucking fall out at any moment. So then they go and do Skirk like that, making her also look 75% naked. And then they go and then they have Lauma, and then they go and have Nefer, and then Columbina is not lewd, but if you like feet, Columbina is like the biggest investment you can ever have on your account. She literally is the most feet you can ever get. Alright? Like even surpassing Nilou with her summer skin and Nahida, but you can't say Nahida because she's a fucking child. She literally surpassed Nilou's summer skin. Okay, because Nilou, even though she like Nilou's fucking summer outfit gives her virtually bare feet, the top part of her fucking feet are still clothed, and she doesn't have enough animations where you actually get to see her feet. Columbina, on the other hand, fucking just fully bare naked exposed feet, and all of her idle animations, she's literally off the floor. She's like hovering in the air, so you get to fucking see even the under fucking carriages of her feet. You don't get to just see the top of her feet, you get to see the soles of her feet. And then she's fucking sleeping in like on her giant moon, and then she's fucking floating around in the air, and every time she's walking, she's not walking, she's like floating, she's like hopping and floating around as she walks. It's like there's just so much feet, okay, for Columbina, that like if you want to fucking jerk off the feet, Columbina's all you probably ever need. But unfortunately, the downside is Columbina's actual like character is just so not lewd at all. Columbina's like the epitome of a fucking cinnamon bun that you don't really feel like jerking off to her. But still, doesn't change the fact that Columbina's design again is like half naked. And then so the only person from Nod Cry besides Inefa, who's just a robot, is Sandrone, right? So as long as they don't change her fucking design that you have now from the Nod Cry Archon quest, that will be Sandrone when she releases, and she's fully clothed. Alright, which is the reason why I'm debating, like, do I pull for Sandrone? Because I love her fucking, I love her personality. Okay, she literally is like, the best way I can describe Sandrone is basically Beatrice from ReZero. Alright, if you've seen ReZero and you know who Beatrice is, that is literally Sandrone. She's like Beatrice down to an absolute microscopic atomic level. Alright, and I like Beatrice from ReZero, so it's like, damn, it's a shame she's Geo, which means that no one on my fucking account is going to be able to support her. But it would be nice to own Sandrone, because I like Sandrone. But hey, what a surprise! Sandrone was originally from Fontaine, so of course she's well dressed, right? Everyone in Fontaine is well dressed. It's like, if you want to guarantee a character that is a girl and is not gonna dress to look like a prostitute, your best bet is either Mondstadt or Fontaine. Hence why most of my account is Mondstadt and Fontaine. Right, like the vast majority of people on my account are from either Mondstadt or Fontaine. And then you, for some fucking reason, you just got Escoffier there being the one and only outlier. Everyone else in Fontaine, smartly dressed, whether you're a guy or a girl. And then you just got Escoffier there, literally fucking naked, wearing an apron. And you clearly see, like, so much of her boobs from the side. Right? You can see her side boob, her under boobs, so much boobs. Okay, when viewing her from the side, because she's literally a naked apron chef. What else? Nicole. Look, I'm not really a fan. Nicole reminds me of Reese Witherspoon. You know, Legally Blonde. The movie Legally Blonde. She literally reminds me of fucking Reese Witherspoon, man. And I'm like, I ain't about that. I ain't about that, man. It's just the way she talks. She just reminds me of fucking blonde bimbo. I was like, I can't deal with that. I will pull for Alice though. Holy shit. When I saw Alice, when she first appeared in the Archon quest, I was staring at her for like... I mean, I was spamming it in my Discord. Not that you would ever read my old toxic cancer Discord. Alright, but I was spamming the fuck out of that Discord, man, on that night. I was spamming it in the announcements using @everyone. I was @ing everyone in my fucking old Discord saying, Clee's mom has... I was just singing that song but just changing the lyrics. I was like, Clee's mom has got it going on. She's all I want and I've waited for so long. It's like, Clee, can't you see? You're just a tad too young for me. I know it may be wrong, but I'm right now jerking off to Clee's mom. Alright? Like, fucking Alice's design is like, oh my god, amazing. I'm 100% pulling for Alice, but oh, oops. Apparently Alice isn't playable in Nod Cry. Because leakers say the game files show that Alice is not going to be available in Nod Cry. So I'm like, well, fuck. Well, there goes my plan of wanting to own Alice. No Alice for me then, unless Hoyo changes it. Apparently Nicole is the only one we're getting in Nod Cry for the Hexen Circle witches, and Alice is just not going to be here. Probably going to be in Snezhnaya or whatever. But man, Alice, and yeah, right, Alice again. She's not really from Mondstadt, but let's be real, she might as well be. Like all the witches' origin, like all of the witches are basically tied to Mondstadt. And again, you're from Mondstadt and you dress appropriately. Okay? And you look amazing. Alice is arguably one of the best looking characters in the game. So I'm 100% pulling for that shit. Okay. Not even, yeah, I didn't pull for Neuvillette. Nah. I don't have the, if I had more gems I would pull for Neuvillette, since he's coming up next. Since he's coming up in phase he's coming up in phase 2. How did my viewership drop to 1? How the fuck did my viewership drop to 1? I don't understand how that works. See, I mean, you're here, right? And you're not like Abdullah that literally just sits there and like acts like they don't exist. Or maybe they don't exist because they really are a fucking bot. But you're here and the viewership is 1, but that's counting me. So it's like, I don't fucking understand how Twitch works. But because they count me as 1, that screws over my discoverability in the category search results, because, you know, Twitch displays streams based purely on viewership numbers. So if people are here and then Twitch doesn't count them and I'm down to 1 viewer, that I get screwed over so hard, because then I just get put right at the bottom of the search results along with all the other losers with 1 viewer. So then, you know, no one's ever going to be able to find my stream. But yeah, like, Neuvillette, I just don't have the gems to pull him, man. It'll be nice to go pull him in the second half, but I'm saving up. I can't. Look. I'll get onto that in a minute. You don't seem to have a problem with Raiden. See, here's the thing. I don't understand why people say Raiden is lewd. I get that people say, yeah, Raiden is basically like Yai. She's just walking around in her underwear. But it's not obvious. You can't obviously see that she's walking around in her underwear. And you could also make an argument that they're not her underwear. She's wearing shorts. And it's because of her socks being so high up. Right, they literally cover like 90% of her legs, that you don't really see it as lewd. It's the same as Alice. Alice is like Raiden. Alice is wearing, you know, her pants, which kind of also look like shorts, and then her boots are like all the way up to like 90% of her thigh. So you could also say that, you know, Alice is lewd because she's not wearing any pants, but I don't see that when I look at Alice. I don't see that she's walking around in her fucking pants. I think it's all because it's all down to how much clothing is there in the lower half. If you have very high boots or like thigh high socks, it gives off the illusion that you're not really naked from the waist down. But all of these characters that have such like shorts or underwear, but then their full fucking legs are just bare naked exposed, and their shoes are also basically a pair of flip-flops, like for example Yai, it just gives off the obvious impression that they're just fucking naked from the waist down. You just can't help but see that. And that's what Hoyo's lately been doing with all of their recent female character designs, and it's just so fucking annoying, because it's like, I've said this before, I've said this whole rant to my friend, right, Big Wang, on Discord, and then he's like, that's the most stupidest reason I've ever heard someone say for not wanting to pull on a character. And then I'm like, James, you're gay, alright, you don't understand what it's like being me. You're a guy and you're gay, alright. That's like saying if Neuvillette your fucking Neuvillette main running around naked all day long, that would be a problem for you, right? But then he's like, sorry, I don't have any sexual attraction to animated characters. And I'm like, well, good for you. Lucky you then. Must be nice being you. Unfortunately, I'm a fully certified degenerate. I'm a cultured weeb. I'm a 100% degenerate, okay? Actually, I said to him, I'm the opposite to you. I have next to no sexual attraction to real life animated characters, alright? But when it comes to made up in-game characters and anime characters, I will go feral for. I will absolutely go rabid for fucking animated characters, but real life characters, you can fuck off with that shit. I ain't got the time and patience anymore to deal with real life people. I'll happily jerk off to not real made up people. But real life people, nah. Get that shit out of my face. So yeah, big problem for me that I'm a straight guy and I jack off to made up characters, and these made up characters in game are all half naked. Huge problem. I said to Big Wang, like, look, I play Genshin to play a video game. Am I playing a video game or am I jerking off? I can't do both. It's one or the other. If I want to jerk off, I'll go onto a third-party website and go look up Rule 34 hentai and go jerk off to hentai. If I want to play a video game, I want to sit here and play a video game. I don't want to sit here and try and play a video game, but everything on the screen that I'm looking at when I'm trying to play a video game is trying to signal to me to go jerk off. Because now I'm getting mixed messages. Now I'm trying to do two things at once, and that's not what I want to do. So that's why all of these character designs is a huge problem. Why am I limiting myself? Well, because I want to do... If I want to jerk off, I'll have a dedicated jerk off session. And I'll go jerk off. If I want to play video games, I go and sit and... Like I'm here doing right now, right? With Final Fantasy. I'll sit here and I dedicate myself and have a dedicated gaming session and commit myself to gaming. I don't want to log into Genshin, for example, or log into, let's say, Final Fantasy 13, and I sit here with the intention, with the already like conscious decision in my mind, knowing that I'm sitting here and I'm gonna go into this game wanting to play the game, wanting to just like fight and enjoy myself playing, like, you know, playing a video game. But the moment I log in and I start staring at my characters, moving my characters around, listening to their voice lines, all I can think about is, oh, I need to go jerk off. Right? Like, playing a video game for me is not jerking off. The game is not like, if the game was about jerking off, then yeah, sure, okay. If Genshin Impact was literally a sex game and it's literally like the whole point of the game is to log in and to go jerk off and to go, you know, have fucking, like what you said, love and deep space. I'm pretty sure like that game, I've heard stories about that game. That game is like basically for girls, and it's basically like low key just porn, just. You're there trying to jerk off your male characters. Like that, for example, you log in knowing that you're gonna log in to go jerk off. Because where's the fucking gameplay? The gameplay is to go and fucking jerk off your male fantasy. Okay, but Genshin's not like that. Final Fantasy's not like that. I log in to deliberately go fight monsters. To go and, you know, kill shit. And do stuff that isn't fucking based on sex. But then you go and design the aesthetics of the game to make it look like that I need to go jerk off, and now I'm getting mixed messages, right? So the one thing I hate about products, not just video games, is when it's being marketed to look like it's trying to do one thing, but then the actual intended purpose of that thing that you're using or you're looking at, or the product, ends up doing another thing. So you have this game that's doing this other thing, which is supposed to be world exploration, fighting monsters, cooking, doing all this shit. But then the aesthetics of the game is constantly trying to shove in your face, hey, look at all these half-naked girls saying weird voice lines, moaning, doing all these lewd poses. Doesn't it just make you want to jerk off? I'm like, no! Stop selling me two fucking things at the same time. Sell me one thing so I can do one thing on this screen, and then sell me another thing on a Rule 34 hentai website when I want to go and achieve this other thing. Don't sell me both at the same time. That's why variety packs of cereal stress me out. Alright, if I want to go to the supermarket and buy a box of Weetabix, I'll go buy a box of Weetabix. If I want to go to the supermarket and buy a box of Cocoa Pops and go buy a box of Rice Krispies, I'll go buy that box. I'm not gonna go buy the variety box of cereal that sells you like a 12 pack of 12 different individual assortments of cereals, all in a small little box, and then they give you 12 packs of cereal at once. That stresses me the fuck out, man, because then the next day it's breakfast time, and I go down to the kitchen and I want to go eat some cereal, and I'm just there staring at 12 fucking boxes of cereal, and I'm like, I don't know which one to eat. I just wanted to open up a box of cereal, man, and just make my bowl of cereal and go back upstairs to my PC and just, you know, start getting on with my day. But now I'm sitting here wondering which box of cereal should I eat, and then it starts fucking stressing me out. Alright. Where was I going with this? Raiden. Where the fuck was I going with this rant? Oh, right. Yeah, just stop designing lewd characters so that I can finally enjoy my fucking game in peace. Hence why I keep pulling for Fontaine and Mondstadt characters, because they're a safe bet. If I, like, for example, Zebai, if I actually gave a shit about Zebai, I probably would have pulled for Zebai. Because again, Zebai, very nice outfit. Alright? I look at Zebai and I don't see any lewd stuff about it at all. Which means that if I could enjoy playing as a Zebai main, I would play Zebai and I would not you know, eventually feel like needing to fucking take my pants off and start jerking off. But unfortunately, I don't care about Zabai. So my only hope is Sandrone. Or then Alice. Oh, you haven't got Veressa. Oh, I love to pull for Veressa. I mean, yeah, she's nice, but gonna be 2 years old soon. The problem with Genshin is now they're accelerating characters so fast that they're all just being made obsolete and out of date, like in half a year. It's so, I hate it. It's so fucking dumb. They're pumping out so many characters now and shilling so many characters now that they're just making, you know, they make a new character, hype them up to be amazing, and then 1.5 patches later they're made redundant. It just makes all of your Primogem spending feel like such a waste. Nothing seems like a worthwhile investment anymore in this game. You pull for a character and then suddenly Hoyo just makes that character so fucking useless 2 patches in the future, and then you're like, why did I pull for this? I'm having such a hard time using this character now that it's like, what a waste of Primogems. That's their new business model, and I hate it. As great as Nod Cry has been, their fucking character shilling tactics with Onslaught, with Abyss, with the Imaginarium have been getting worse and worse and worse, and it's like, I'm not the only one saying this. Everyone has noticed. Character shilling now is worse than it's ever has been. Character shilling now is so bad. Alright, every fucking boss now that they're releasing has some stupid immunity gimmick that can only be solved with a certain character. They did that on purpose to force you to have to go pull for that specific character to solve that immunity problem. I hate it. It's so fucking stupid. Even in Fontaine, there was none of this. Up till Fontaine, every boss could be beaten by everybody. If you had the damage, you can go and steamroll that boss. If you wanted to play the boss's weaknesses, you can. But the moment Natlan came out, they released that stupid fucking robot, that secret source automaton, okay, that puts up the 2 pillars, and you could only climb those 2 pillars when it first released. You could only climb those 2 pillars with Shilonen or Kachina, and then there was some other, like, you could also jump up there with Kazuha, but for the most part you had to own Kachina or Shilonen, and Kachina was so unreliable to get up there on that platform. So that was the first case of shilling. And then they released that stupid Abyss boss, the Papilla. That boss is absolute fucking cancer. And then they released the other secret source robot, which is a 100% Escoffier and Skirk shill. And now they're releasing every fucking boss in Nod Cry to be shills, and they're also updating all the old bosses for Stygian Onslaught to again be shills, to work only for a specific character, and if you don't have that character, well, fuck you, you're not going to clear Fearless and get the rewards. I hate it. I hate it, man. It sucks. I hate that there's no lewd male characters in Genshin. I mean, the closest one you have is Ito. Ito is about as good as it gets for lewd, but he's not lewd. Like, he may look kind of okay, but then the moment he opens his mouth and starts talking, instant turn off. Alright. Yeah, sure, he shows off his abs and whatever, but the moment you fucking leave him idle and he starts fucking going off on his idle animations, instant flaccid dick. It's like, bro, shut up. Stop talking. You're such a clown. Did they implement that lurkers are not counted as viewers? I don't know. That's a good point. I may have to go Google that. I don't know if that's actually the case. Yeah. Ito, you have Ito if you want to lighten the mood. What else did I miss? Aside from Eula, did you C6 anyone else? Yelan? No, my Yelan still C0. There's no point getting cons for Yelan anymore. I mean, amazingly, Yelan is like back when Hoyo actually gave a shit about designing a good character. Alright? Yelan was a perfectly complete character out the gate. It's the same with Inefa, hence why another reason why I love Inefa. Inefa, out the gate, is a fully completed character. She's not missing anything about her kit. Right? You don't have to get any of Inefa's cons. She's totally 100% perfectly complete out the gate, which makes you feel no need to get cons unless you just like the character and just want to make them slightly better in damage. Same with Yelan. Yelan, when she first came out, perfectly complete character. There is no reason to get her cons. Maybe if you want to get C1 just for extra travel and have 2 charges on her lifeline skill for extra travel distance. But ultimately, Yelan has no problems. My Yelan at C0 rank 1, no energy recharge problems, like 85% crit rate, 265% crit damage. She's like top 0.01% and totally usable. But in Onslaught, totally fucking useless. I have to feed Yelan like so much energy at the beginning in order for her to activate her burst, and then she can finally start being usable. There's just no point getting cons for Yelan now that Stygian is the true end game and you start with 0 energy. And she's already perfectly functional without constellations. So no, Yelan, unless they're gonna give me some freebie Yelans in the future in like that freebie system that we have right now. If they put Yelan in there in the future, I highly doubt it. She's too good to be given away for free. But if they do, I'll one day pick up a C1 copy of Yelan from that system. But I don't think I'm ever gonna pull for more cons for Yelan. It's just not worth it. Did I C6 anyone else? You've been watching my streams. How could you have not known? You must have known. I have more than I've got more than Eula. Eula was ages ago. Eula was the first Mondstadt Chronicle banner halfway through Fontaine. That was like 2.5 years ago. So yeah, I'm not pulling for anyone else in Nodcry, not even Columbina, because I need to save up for Skirk. I didn't pull for Skirk after Escoffier because I was dead broke after I got Escoffier. So now I need to get Skirk, because unfortunately Eula doesn't work in Stygian. She's 100% a burst-based character and an 80 burst energy cost at that, which means totally fucking impossible to get going in Stygian. So I have no choice. I need a new DPS main on my account. If I spend all my Primogems again getting another sub DPS character on my account, I'm basically gonna brick my account. My account right now has to have a new DPS main, or I'm gonna be in trouble. So I have to get in. I don't have any other DPS mains to choose from. I don't give a fuck. I hate Makuvia. Getting Arlecchino is a why would you get Arlecchino when you can just get Makuvia, who's literally a better version of Arlecchino. And also I can't use Arlecchino because I don't like to play Arlecchino properly. You need a shield. And I don't have Zhongli. And also, if you're going to play Arlecchino, you have to have Citlali. Anyone who's playing a Pyro character, a Pyro main, Citlali is an auto include. And again, I don't have Citlali either because of her fucking design. It's funny. I said it again to Big Wang. Okay, Shilonen, SS tier support. Citlali, SS tier support. Lauma, if you play Luna, SS tier support. Columbina, if you play Luna, SS tier support. Hoyo's just been releasing these god tier, and Durin as well, but Durin's a dude, so I don't care. Hoyo's just been releasing these absolutely god tier support characters that you can't live without, but unfortunately they're all dressed like prostitutes, so I have no choice but to skip them all. So my account's missing all of these SS tier support characters that can literally just like delete everything by themselves, but I can't get any of them. So there is only one DPS main that I can get, and it's Skirk. Skirk is about the most I can deal with. Yeah, sure, she's got them fucking fat pair of She's got them fucking pair of fatty sacks, 75% hanging out of her shower curtain. But it ain't, compared to some other examples, it ain't that bad. Okay, I've already got Skirk on my NA account, and I've been using her as my main on my NA account now for like half a year. So I've gotten used to using Skirk now. And yeah, sure, if I face her towards me, if I face her front towards me on the screen and I stare at her for too long, I'm again gonna need to tab out. I'm gonna need to just pull my pants down and start jacking off. But if I don't stare at her for too long, she's a perfectly okay character. Even her fucking dark form, okay? Even in her fully dark form outfit, she's just as fucking lewd. Her full fucking like skin tight latex bodysuit, her tits now are like fucking extra shiny. And it's even worse because she's now wearing that fucking skin tight rubber suit compared to her fucking shower curtain in her light mode. That latex bodysuit just makes her tits look even more fucking exaggerated. And the fucking latex bodysuit is like extra lubricated and oiled up. So now her fucking tits look so fucking like shiny. Even though they're not shown, she's wearing a fully censored, fully like clothed up like rubber latex bodysuit. Still, you can clearly see her fucking two massive pair of fucking eggplants. And they're both fucking extra shiny now. So in either light mode or dark mode for Skirk, she still is just a massive fucking pair of tits. But I need a DPS main. So we're gonna have to just go with Skirk. I ain't got anyone else to choose from. We just have to it's literally just Skirk. And I've already got her whole premium team. So bro, think about it. So I have right now. I have 123, 125, 130, and Skirk most likely. The Skirk is either going to be next patch or the patch after. Many people say that Skirk might actually not be next patch. It's going to be Escoffier next patch and Skirk the patch after. They're going to split them up. They're not going to give us both Skirk and Escoffier in the same patch. So many leakers are saying it's going to be Escoffier first, and then Skirk in 6.5, which would be very bad for me because I now have to wait 2 fucking patches rather than next patch. But if I have to wait 2 patches, that's an extra 100 patch. That's an extra 90 pools minimum per patch. This patch and next patch. So that's an extra 30,000 Primo Gems. So by the time Skirk comes back, I'll be sitting on about 170,000 Primo Gems. So it's like 1,000. It's like 1,100 pools. So guess what? I'ma be a C6 Skirk main. So in patch 6.5, I'm going to have Skirk's entire premium team. C6 Skirk, C6 Mona, C6 Escoffier, and C6 Farina. I'm going to delete everything that isn't immune to cryo damage. Everything in the game that can be hit by cryo damage, I'm literally just going to stare at it and it's going to stop existing. Ultimate flex. I'm not a whale, but I own an entire premium team, all at C6. I even calculated it on the calculation websites. Skirk's entire premium team at C6, Skirk will be hitting for about 1.4 million per swing. It's so dumb. Literally activate Farina's burst, activate her pets, get maximum Farina buffs, activate Skirk's skill, activate Skirk's... No, not Skirk. Activate Escoffier's skill for the Cryo Shred. Activate Escoffier's buff for even more damage buffs. Then swap to Mona. Activate Mona's burst, which, because my Mona's C6, I get 15% increased crit rate bonus as well as her fucking Phantasm buff. And she's wearing TTDS. And then I swap to Skirk. Now she's got all the buffs. And then I activate her burst. 100% crit rate, 300% crit damage, and then she does a 7 hit, and then she does a 7 hit Serpent Strike for 1.4 to 1.8 million per strike in like 1.5 seconds. So she's gonna hit for like 12 million all by herself, and that's not even counting fucking Farina's pets and Escoffier's robot also nuking the shit out of whatever I'm fighting for like 200,000 damage per hit. So in total, the entire combo hits for like 15 million. Nothing in the game has 15 million HP. The most something has in the game in single player right now has like 7-8 million, and those are like the super bosses. So Skirk's entire combo will kill even the most inflated HP super boss in the game twice over. It's going to be so amazing. Alright. I've been on this fucking screen for ages, man. Time to save my game. And what did I say I was gonna do after this? Oh right. I needed to go check my whole list of pond scum. I need to check what's called the Treasure Hunter Trophy Guide. Okay, so apparently these are all the items that I need to get in the game to get the achievement. So let's tick them off, shall we? Blaze Fire Saber. Uh, You are literally blind. You fucking idiot. You're literally blind, bro. It was what? Blind. Blind. Literally blind. Holy shit, dude is actually fucking blind. Damn, 1.1 million Mora. Alright, that should do it. So I am missing. I mean, not gonna lie, I'm actually missing quite a lot. What are we missing? Organics. Wait. We have one? Are you fucking blind? We got one of these. You are actually, you're having a laugh, right? Dude, it's right there. You are actually blind. So every one of your characters should have 7 weapons right now. 7, 7, 7, 7. Yeah, right. Everyone right now has 7 weapons. Alright, we're done. And with that, guys, okay, what time is it? Holy shit, it's almost 1 AM. 1 AM. Stygian Onslaught is the day after. I haven't done Abyss, I haven't done Onslaught, I haven't done Imaginarium. I have to fucking do all that shit on Wednesday. That's gonna be like 2 hours, okay, worth of shit to do, and that's not even me having to continue on with my fucking world exploration. Jesus. Well, I'll be back on Well, actually, I might be back on tomorrow. Actually, today is tomorrow. It's 1 AM in the morning. I might do another test stream later when I wake up, or I'll probably be on my official first day back on Wednesday if I actually manage to not wake up at 7 PM. And then we will get started playing Genshin Impact. And then if I happen to get enough viewers so that I'm not fucking streaming to no one, then we can start playing other stuff. Because I don't want to start these games and have fuck no one watching them. Like Claire Obscure, Space Marine 2, Elden Ring. Like, these games, you need to be there to watch me play them. I can't fucking play this shit all by myself.